I'm Debbie Wright with Crosswalk.com, and today we're speaking with Gary Thomas and Drs. Steve and Rebecca Wilke, co-writers of The Sacred Search Couples Conversation Guide from David C. Cook.
The Sacred Search is about helping people find the person they think would be a great match for marriage. But the Conversation Guide is once you think you've found that person, two things. One, how can you make sure by going through the book and the questions? And two, how do you start to build the process of intimacy? So it's really designed, if it's a good match, to help you grow together and to start on the stages of what it means to become one. And if it's not a good match, I'll say without apology, it's kind of designed to help blow you up as a couple so that you don't go through that. So we call it the 9 must-have conversations that couples need to have a doubt-free wedding day.
The author's note of the book says that you guys believe 50% of married couples will have to have counseling, professional counseling, at some point about these issues. Why is that?
The statistics for about 35 or 40 years have kind of hovered around 50%, sometimes up to 60%. And the church always lagged behind. We had a better number. You know, we got divorced at a less frequent rate. Mm-hmm. They've caught up. Barna has done a great job, respected researcher out here in California, doing specific research. And with 50% of couples getting divorced, by definition, marriage is a problem. In our opinions, it might be the number one problem facing the evangelical church today. On top of that, the other 50% that stay married, probably half of those just kind of make a deal for mediocrity. And it's not the passionate, romantic, intimate relationship, Song of Solomon, that God intended. So there's probably 70 or 80% that will struggle at some point. And any pastor, speaker, writer on marriage, if they're honest, will tell you that somewhere in their lives, their passion for the book came out. So this particular book happens to be something that's passionate because it's personal, but it's also something that is our life work, being clinicians and trying to help people improve the quality of their spiritual and relational lives.
What do you guys wish someone had told you before you got married?
We both probably would say that we wish somebody had said, this is going to be work, and are you prepared to work? Because we really, I think both of us went in with a lot of high expectations. And for me, again, that romantic part of this is just going to be wonderful, and, the planning the wedding and all the excitement, and, not thinking about, even if someone had planted that seed, I think, not to overwhelm you or to scare you, but just to plant the seed of, marriage, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be times that you're going to have to really just buckle down, and it won't be as fun as it is right now planning this wedding. And, so just maybe that little seed being planted early on, because I don't think anybody had that conversation with us. And that's part of what we're, talking about in the book.
What would you tell our viewers, our audience, about how this conversation guide will help couples in the long run?
Two things. It'll give you great confidence on the day you get married. We start out at the start saying we want you to have a doubt-free wedding day. We want that to be one of the most special days of your life. And that means that you can go into it with confidence. It doesn't mean there won't be some flutters or some nervousness, but you can go in with a reasoned assurance this marriage makes sense. That's a tremendous gift you give to yourself if you go through that. And secondly, it starts you on the path of intimacy. The whole process of sharing, the process of working through these issues and praying through these issues helps make you become one. Just because you sign a piece of paper and stand in front of a church and declare yourselves one doesn't mean that you're actually becoming one in this sense. Relationships have to grow. You are one in God's eyes. You're one in the eyes of the law. So there is that sense where you're one. But that kind of relational intimacy is something you have to choose. And this helps you get started in the right direction. You go through these 9 conversations. You're going to come out of it closer as a couple. You're going to understand each other better. You're going to understand yourself better. And you've really taken the first steps to a very fulfilling, intimate relationship.